All right, we're talking with presidential candidate Andrew Yang, as well as Wendy Hamilton, who had co-moderated the interfaith town hall event at Wartburg College today. So, welcome to Waverly, Mr. Yang.
It's great to be here. That was a tremendous event.
Mm-hmm. Now, just want to make sure everybody knows who's maybe watching this video later on that we are right now on the campaign bus heading to Cedar Falls for a mom's event at the in Cedar Falls for a mom's event at the Universal Unitarian Church there. So how do you feel about the way this campaign is going for you, sir?
I feel tremendous. We're growing and growing when other campaigns are, frankly, shrinking or even dropping. And we're going to peak at the right time when the voting starts in February.
Now you mentioned that you were within the top five. Double check the latest Des Moines Register, CNN, Mediacom Iowa poll on that. But so what do you think? David Yepsen, a former Des Moines Register columnist, had said way back when that there are 3 tickets out of Iowa after the Iowa caucuses. What do you think it would take for you to earn one of those 3 tickets and get ahead of somebody like a Pete Buttigieg or a Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, for example?
We're going to outperform expectations at every stage. That includes here in Iowa. But I think that a lot of the number of tickets in Iowa depends upon what your relative strength is in New Hampshire. And so, to me, as long as we meet our plan and outperform expectations, we're going to be doing great.
Now, Reverend Wendy, this quick question for you: what drew you to Mr. Yang in his campaign?
I think it was it was the message in his campaign, the overall motto of humanity first. I read about the campaign pretty early on. I've been involved since February of 2018. Just as a volunteer, I saw an article in the New York Times entitled "The Robots Are Coming," and Andrew was introducing his candidacy and talking about the impact of automation, and really talking about how people were hurting right now, and offering a tangible solution for those folks right now, feeling as though we've gotten so caught up in some of the larger things that we've forgotten about the fact that humanity needs something tangible, not just ideas, not just platitudes, but something tangible in their hands to help them navigate what's happening in our nation. So when I read that, I thought, sounds spiritual to me. Let's go for it. We're looking out for the least of these and helping those who can't help themselves. I immediately wrote to the campaign and offered my support.
What do you think about your support overall, then, Mr. Yang?
It's incredible. Just the fact that people like Reverend Wendy see in our campaign the ability to uplift Americans around the country, and that we have a chance to make it real and make it happen very, very quickly. It's awesome. When I started this campaign, I was almost completely unknown, and now being 5th in national polls, it's incredible how far we've come and how quickly, and we're going to keep on growing right when the voting starts.
Now, you had touched on this during your appearance at the Lyceum a moment ago. Your universal basic income. How did you come up with that? And do you feel that could be a winning strategy come general election? Because you know that Donald Trump is going to hammer on that, saying that it's socialist, communist, what have you.
Well, it's not my idea at all. It's a deeply American idea, championed by everyone from Thomas Paine to Martin Luther King to Milton Friedman. And one state, Alaska, has had a dividend for almost 40 years where everyone there gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year. They fund it with oil money. And what I'm saying to people here in Iowa and around the country is that technology is the oil of the 21st century, and that what they're doing in Alaska with oil money, we can do with technology money. And if you take a closer look, you realize Alaska is a deep red conservative state, and it was passed by a Republican governor. This is a pro-trickle-up idea that both parties can get behind.
So you feel that your ideas are more helping the base and then having it go up from there.
Yeah, it's common sense. People who are living paycheck to paycheck, as 78% of us are, if you put $1,000 into their hands a month, that money is going to go right back into local Main Street businesses, car repairs, and daycare expenses, and it's going to create more vitality in our communities, right where we live. That's common sense here in Iowa. It's common sense across America.
Now, one last question, but this will be two parts because these things just happening today. One, the House Judiciary Committee has had on party lines voted to recommend the articles of impeachment to be sent to the full House, and then secondly, President Trump had announced that he and Chinese leader Xi have come to agreement in principle for a trade deal that would cancel the tariffs that would have taken effect on Sunday. So what are your feelings? One on the impeachment of Mr. Trump, and two about that trade deal.
I'm for impeachment as the right thing to do, but it could be a distraction because unless you have 20 Republican senators cross party lines, which there's no indication of, then Donald Trump 2 months from now will be talking about how he was completely exonerated and it was all a witch hunt. And during that time, Democrats will not be making a case for a positive vision for the country that we can all be excited about. I'm pleased that some degree of rationality is entering the U.S.-China trade conversation, because right now we're in Iowa, the farmers and producers here are getting punished for things they have absolutely nothing to do with, which is the Chinese piracy of intellectual property. So I'm glad that some common sense is returning.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's all the time I've got for this interview. But thank you for coming to Waverly, and best of luck in the caucuses come February 3rd.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here in Iowa, my 23rd time, and I love it every single time.
All right. Thank you.